Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, The Vibing STARSEED, and I'm once again back with another preaching for today. So, are you ready, guys? I'm ready. All right. So, let's get ready with our Bhagavad Gita, verse 29. Okay, we did till verse 28 yesterday. Today, we are going to start with the classifications of intellect and fortitude according to the gunas that are Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. So here we go. Let us start. Alright. So let us start with verse 30th. Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, O Partha, a sattvic intellect knows when to act and when not to act, right? Discernment between acting. Okay. What ought to be done and what not to be done. Alright. Discernment of action, and what is to be feared and what is not to be feared. Discernment between the divine and the demonic natures, okay, and the nature of bondage as well as liberation. So what binds to you to the material world and what frees you from this material world, right? So next is verse 31. O Partha, a Rajasic intellect wrongly understands righteousness and unrighteousness. Now, it knows not what should be done now and what should not be done. So, there is a lack of sense of discernment of action in a Rajasic intellect. Okay, and in Tamasic, the intellect shrouded by darkness regards unrighteousness as righteousness and acts contrary to the reality. So these people who are again delulus, these people do not know what is right. Whatever they think is right for them, okay? And they do not know the moral conduct of what is actually right according to the God's word. Alright? So this is Tamasic intellect. Alright? Now next, verse 33rd. And verse 33rd says, O Partha, the unswavering fortitude means, your resilience, your grit, okay, developed through yoga, by which one regulates the functions of the mind, prana, life force, okay, prana, and senses is sattvic in nature. Now, the yoga by which one person regulates the functions of mind, life force, and the senses, that's called sattvic in nature. Yoga is what here? Meditation. Okay. Alright. Now, O Arjuna, on the other hand, Rajasic fortitude, that is grit, desires the fruits of action, longs for them with intense attachment, and clings, attach. Okay, clings mean to attach to duty, desire, and wealth. Alright, so these people do act, but they act out of a strong sense of attachment to what? Reaping fruits out of their actions. They'll do something only to reap an achievement, maybe a profit, maybe. Alright, they need something out of it. Next, 35 to 37th. O Partha, the fortitude of an unintelligent, which clings itself to sleep, fear, grief, despair, and conceit, is tamasic in nature. Alright. Now, the fortitude of unintelligent. Who is unintelligent? First of all, he's telling the qualities of unintelligent people. Okay, that includes the people who attach themselves to sleep, fear, grief, despair, conceit. Conceit is deceiving someone, okay? Deceiving someone, faking, fraud, alright? Committing fraud with other people in order to gain profit for yourself, alright? That's tamasic in nature, alright? So, now my dear ones, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, hear from me the three kinds of happiness. Now he's telling about the three kinds of happiness. There is not just a single kind. Wow. The transcendental sattvic happiness. Wow, literally. There is a transcendental means beyond this material realm. And what is beyond this material realm is bliss. Right? Wow. So this is gained through constant practice. Okay. Ends all miseries, ends all sadness, he's telling. It is like poison in the beginning. It sounds like poison in the beginning because it's a self-practice method, right? It takes constant practice. It's a long run investment, right? But becomes nectar in the end. Nectar is amrit, right? It is born of serenity of the mind, right? It is born of when the mind is completely rejoicing, relaxed, okay, balanced, okay. You're not overexerting yourself, you're not pushing, okay, you're not over pushing people, you're just being where you are, right? You're just being yourself. I am where I am. I don't need to prove anyone myself right now, okay. So that stage is pure nectar. Alright. So 38th verse says that happiness that springs from the contact of the senses with the sense objects, which is like nectar at first, but turns out to be poison in the end. Okay. It is said to be rajasic in nature. Guys, oh my god, my dear ones. So it says that happiness that springs from the contact of the senses. Senses are this materialistic. This outer thing is senses, right? So senses sense the happiness from the external world, okay? And the happiness that comes from the external world is ephemeral. Ephemeral is not long lasting. It's temporary, okay? But the happiness which comes from the inwards, right? So that will come out, okay, and will reflect in the world, okay? But from the world will not reflect inside. All right? That's why people are insomniacs nowadays. They are depressed nowadays. Why? Because they are getting the happiness from where? The outside world, okay? And not the inside. What we are, we project in the outer world, okay? And that vibrations goes out. So what kind of vibrations are you spreading, right? Question yourself, ponder upon this message, okay? Now, that happiness which originates and ends in self-delusion. Now, self-made delusions are also there. So that happiness which is even not, near to the truth, T of truth, not even near to the T of truth. That happiness is tamasic in nature because it's what? It's an illusion. If someone is lying to you and you are thinking that this is the truth, this is the ultimate truth of my life, what would you think? That it's the ultimate truth and I know everything, but you do not even know that you are living in a self-delusion state. So that is tamasic in nature. Alright. And this arises from oversleep, laziness, and miscomprehension. Alright. So people who oversleep and people who are over lazy, beyond lazy, and miscomprehend the situations or miscommunicate. This is called tamasic. Alright. Now next verse is, there is no being either on the earth or among the devas in heaven who is free from gunas, born of prakriti. Prakriti is material nature. No one is free from this. Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Even the devas have to be very careful. They have to maintain the balance between the material and the real, the spiritual, okay? So there has to be balance. And guess what? It's the same for humans as well as the devas, okay? Angels. Alright. So he's telling that the duties of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras are distinguished according to the gunas born of their nature and not something born out of the societal hierarchy, right? This is something, this is something born of your own nature, right? If your nature is equipoised, balanced, you are being in high frequency all the time, you love following the path of spirituality, God, and you just practice self-care, and everything is perfect, okay, in terms of the gunas, okay, in terms of maintaining a sattvic routine, okay, you come under Brahman, like you are a Brahman, you are a true Brahman, and not something that is originating out of the societal hierarchy, right? We're not even talking about religion here. We're talking about pure practice of spirituality, all right? And this is the fourfold classification of society based on their inherent nature, right? This means that their karma in their past lives turn out to be the cause of determining their births. Karma is the cause, right? The gunas are thus the result of our karma, nothing else. They are the results of our karma, our actions towards others. You gotta self-reflect, okay, and you got to learn a lot of things today, right? So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, all right? Please keep sharing this support, this love, okay? I've just started this channel and your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Take care.